Namaste to all. In this video we are going to discuss the planning process or steps in planning, right? Because there is a saying that if fail to plan is plan to fail, means if you are failing in planning, so whatever your plan is there, that is going to fail. So you are planning for what? For your failure. So planning is one of the important function of the organization, right? What is planning? Planning is nothing but determining the future course of action. Okay, that is, in other words, we can say that planning means determining what to do, how to do, when to do, where to do, by whom it is to be done, right? Making such a decision is nothing but planning. So planning process or steps involved in planning are setting the objectives, what need to be done, and developing the premise. So whatever objectives are there, according to that we need to make some uh, premises, means resources should be allocated for the whatever objectives are there according to that. Then identifying the alternative course of action. Okay, to do that activity, what are the various courses of doing that thing. Then evaluating alternative course, which one is the better one. First identifying the various things to be done, then alternative course of action. You know, means, so to do one particular task there may be 1, 2, 3 various, okay, ways of doing the work. So which method will be better one? Suppose to increase the production, you can increase the labor and increase the production, or you can go for new machinery and can increase the production by installing new machinery. So which option is better one? Like that. Similarly many other things will be there. Evaluating the alternative course of action. After identifying what we need to do, we need to evaluate each one. Then selecting an alternative. After evaluation, each one you will evaluate whether it is good, how much it is good, okay, what will be the results of each alternative course of action, what will be the cost and its effectiveness, how much we can afford it or not. On the basis of that, selection will be taken. So selecting the best alternative action, then implementing the plan. What? Implementation of whatever plan is there, that we need to implement. Okay, that is execution of plan by the lower and middle level management, right? Planning will be done by top level management. Then follow up action. Whatever, when they are implementing, we need to take care of the, okay, control and coordinate. Follow up should be done. Then again one more plan will come, again we need to set, developing the premise, then identifying the alternative course of action. This is how planning process or planning steps are there. So hope you understood. So let us see this, whatever I have explained orally with the book information. Okay. So let us see the planning process, steps involved in planning process. Okay, so planning process involves setting up business objectives and allocation of resources for achieving them. Planning determines the future course of action for utilizing various resources in the best way. As I said in the beginning itself, planning is determining the future course of action and utilizing resources in best and cheapest way, and it is combination of information handling and decision making based on the inputs, outputs and feedback loop. So it is a process in which you use the various inputs and for the purpose of some output. Okay, that is what nothing but your objectives should be fulfilled, right? So goal oriented रहता है planning. So steps involved in planning process. First, recognizing the need for action. What is need to be done? The first step in planning process is to awareness of business opportunities and need for taking action. What is the present situation of the business and what are the opportunities available at the market? We need to see. Present and future opportunities must be found so that planning may be undertaken for them. So not only for present condition, future also we need to consider, because planning is always future course of action. Some examples are being given, we need to see those. Okay, you can learn that one. Next one is what? Gathering necessary information. Before actual planning is initiated, relevant facts and figures are collected. Okay, before starting the planning process, first we need to gather the actual data, relevant information in, and collect it and do the planning process. Then laying down the objectives. This is one of the important thing in planning. Okay, laying down the goals for which management tries to achieve. Objectives are end products and all energies are diverted to achieve these goals. Okay, goals are thread which bind the whole company. So planning starts with the determination of these objectives. So what we are going to do? Okay, what is the main objective of the organization? That is nothing but we are thinking about here. I'll tell one example so that easily you can understand. Now exams are going. So what is your objective means? Some people say I want to pass, just pass होना है. Some people want to score distinction. So what they are planning for is nothing but determining the objective. मुझे पास होना है बोल के दिमाग में है तो वो उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव वो है. ओके, someone who is thinking about scoring distinction is their objectives. Then determining the planning premise. Planning is always uncertain future, though nothing may be certain in the coming period, but still certain assumptions will be made in formulation of plans. So forecast is essential for planning, even if it may be not prove correct. So वो अभी मैं आपको ये एग्जांपल के साथ ये आंसर पढ़ा रहा हूँ, राइट? So we need to plan if it comes in the exam how we are going to write it, right? So determining the planning premise, relevant information पूरा इकट्ठा करना है. So how it will be done? The expectation of demand for the product, the likely volume of production. So what are the questions which will come in the exam? We will make a note of them and will prepare for that, like that, because that may come or may not come, that is uncertain thing. But what is certain? To estimate and forecast, okay, based on previous anticipation, okay, cost and likely price at which product is marketed. So supply of labor, raw material. So these are the resources we need to give for the achievement of objectives. So next one is what? Determining the planning premise. Next one is examining the alternative course of action. So next step in planning will be choosing the best course of action. There are number of ways of doing a particular thing. Okay, so the planner should study all the alternatives and then finally selection should be made. The best results will be achieved only when best way of doing the work is selected. See, now you can see I am using both. First I made a chart, with that I have explained, and then I am explaining it through the notes also, so that you can easily understand how to present the answer as well as what need to be written also I am explaining, right? So this is best way of doing the things, means like that. what we can just to डायग्राम से बता के वो 5 मिनट का हो गया बोल के छोड़ सकते, बट आई वांट टू गिव यू बेटर, सो आई एम यूजिंग बोथ द मेथड्स. Sometimes two course of alternative actions will be useful, sometimes one only useful. Okay, next, evaluation of action pattern. After choosing the course of action, next step will be to do an evaluation of these course of actions. How it will be worked out should be evaluated. Evaluation involves study of or performance of various actions. Okay, various factors will be weighted against each other. Okay, each course of action may be good, some may be costly, some may be less costly, some may give better results, some may give less results. Suppose advertising is there. Okay, you need to advertise for new product, whether to go online advertising or whether to give paper advertisement, whether to do door-to-door campaign and give free samples. These are various ways of doing a particular thing. Which one will be suitable, which makes the profitable, that we need to do. Okay, door-to-door campaign may cost more than the other. Okay, but in this process your product will reach to the customer if it is a new product. If it is old one, that much cost is not necessary. So for what purpose we are doing, whether is it necessary for doing that, that is nothing but evaluation and determining the secondary plan. Okay, if first plan A doesn't work out, how to solve the problem. Once main plan is formulated, then number of supportive plans are required. So these supportive plans will be useful for main plan. Next, finally, implementation of plan. The last step in planning process is implementation part. Okay, implementation should be put into action so that objectives may be achieved. Okay, whatever we have planned, we need to implement those effectively. That is how we are going to complete the total planning. And finally, getting feedback is one of the important. Follow up should be done. Follow up, you write one more, follow up. Okay, right, सीखते रहो क्योंकि सीखना बन तो जीतना बन. If you understand the video, okay, concept, just like करो, शेयर करो, सब तक पहुंचा दो. जय हिंद.